Hello, everyone. This is the video to help you create your AutoCAD drawing for the plans for the utility shed. So, with AutoCAD, there is the model space, which is where you'll do most of your drawing, and then there are the uh, layouts or the paper space here, where the actual drawings will be. So this would be the floor plan, and these are the elevations for the north, south, east, and west side of the utility shed. And so this video is going to show you how to do all this, how to create all this. All right. So what you will start with is a blank drawing like this, where what you have pre-set up are a bunch of layers, and then you have some blocks that we can use for different features. Primarily, the doors and windows is all we're going to use for the utility shed. But if you're going to do anything else, there's other stuff available. This is not an extensive list, but it's what we'll use in our project here. All right, so here is the floor plan. This is where you should draw your floor plan. All right, so to draw the floor plan, you need to start with drawing walls. And so I would suggest you switch to the wall layer. Scroll down to see wall layer right there. And you can do individual lines or you can do a rectangle. Since our shed is a very simple rectangle, I would just do that. Start here and then click and then drag over, and then you type in the dimensions. First one you see is the bottom, so it's the length. Let's call it 16. You have to, in AutoCAD, you have to actually type in the symbol for, is it inches or feet? It will default to inches. So if you want feet, you need to actually type in the single tick mark, hit tab, and then 12 feet. All right. And then if you want to move it, you can just click and drag and move. You want to get it closer to the center. Up to you. All right. So remember the 12 by 16, that's the outer edge of the studs for the wall. And 2 by 4 studs are 3.5 inches thick. So there's a tool here for offset. So if you want to offset, you can offset through 3.5 inches, 3.5 inches. And then I can click on this and make sure it goes inside, not outside, inside. All right. And that's the inside of the studs. And then hit escape, hit enter just to recall the distance. And now I'm going to do the plywood and the exterior siding. So it's we'll just assume it's going to be 1/2 inch plywood. So say 0.5 inches. Click on the outer one, go out this time, and then again I'll say it's some type of siding, vinyl siding, something like that. It's again 1/2 inch. All right. Okay. So pretty easy to do for the walls. And I mean, again, it depends on how detailed you want to get. If you want to do an interior wall, that's again up to you. You can put in a line here. There are snaps that are set. So you see how I either go to the end or the middle. If you want to change that or adjust that, this option down here, you can adjust how the cursor snaps specific points. So if you want it just to be on the line, maybe you turn off midpoint and endpoint and see. It's not doing it. Let's see. I want to do maybe intersection. Start the line command again. No, it's not doing that. Let's do endpoint, midpoint, intersection. Usually it's intersection. Well, let's just do it this way. I can just cut across here. And then I can trim if I need to. Let's see, trim, and go to there. Okay, but if that's not the dimension you want, all right, that's like a random dimension, 3'9". If you wanted it like 5 or 6 feet, then the best thing to do is to draw a construction line, construction or temporary lines that are used, when you're kind of setting something up. So if you wanted this to be exactly, let's say 5 feet, type in 5 feet, That never got changed to construction. I don't know why. So again, when I was trying to draw a construction line and then do that. So then do that and then call it 5 feet. Okay. And now I can start drawing my walls again. So a wall line here, which is what I was trying to do all along. And then again, do an offset of 3.5 inches. All right. This was not in the example one, the interior wall, but in case you wanted to, that's up to you. And then the way you would typically make it look is you would trim away like this middle part here and this middle part here. Okay. All right. So that's it for walls. Oh yeah, and then also, of course, if you wanted to do like show it with any kind of drywall or anything like that, drywall is typically 1/2 inch, and so you could basically offset all of these. Lots and lots of offsets. All right, all done, and then you just have to trim these overlaps here and just clean it up a little bit. All right, that's all good. Now I just need this upper section here. Okay, so there we have it. All right, now ready for doors and windows. Before we jump into that, let's make sure they are placed where we want them to be placed. So again, let's do construction lines. Let's make them nice, even numbers. So let's do a line. So if I want this, they're all going to be 3 foot wide. So let's have it centered maybe about 2.5 feet. So let's say 2 feet 6 inches, and that's going to be the center mark of the door. I might need to go, another 18 inches or 1.5 feet for the end. So let's do 1.5. You can do decimal, stuff as well. And so that should have been. Yeah, so nice 90-degree line. That didn't work out well at all. Let's redo that. Let's do a polyline, PL, that connects the lines. Multiple lines get connected together. So 1 foot 6 inches, 1.5 feet. All right, now that's going to be the edge of that door. So I can go ahead and grab a door. Doors open into a building, and so I'm pretty sure I want a right opening door. So copy and paste, select, copy, paste. And then if I turn this, rotate as a right click to that, and then move that to there. All right. This isn't perfectly sized. I think this is set up to be like for a 2x6 wall instead of a 2x4 wall. This is not that level of detail. We're going to make that kind of correction right now. But that when you dimension doors and windows, any rough opening, you dimension to the center of it. So that's why I'm going to leave this mark, and this just helps me place it because I place by that. All right. So that's that door. I will have another door here. So easiest thing to do is just to, if I want to make it nice and symmetric, do that. Copy to paste. Highlight, hit M for move, and then move that to right there. Okay. And now let's put in some windows. I'll do the window. Let's see, what's this dimension from here to here? So it should be 10 feet 1 inch. Let's roughly center it, so about 5 feet. So do a polyline. I'm going to go, actually, 10 feet 4. So I'm going to do 5 feet. And then go down. And then here, remember that was 5 feet. So I'm going to do a polyline and do 2 feet 6 inches. And go up and down. All right, so I'm going to do another polyline here. I'm going to do a polyline 1 foot 6 inches here. Make sure I get the end, and then same thing here. Polyline PL over here, 1 foot 6 inches, and down. All right. So grab the window, 36-inch window, double hung window. Copy, paste. All right, and put that here, put that here, put that here, put that here, and let's start moving them. So M for move, select it, click M for move that to there, click that, move, and there. All right. And so for the bottom ones, you'll need to rotate them. Highlight, right click, rotate, just do a 180-degree rotation. Another 180-degree rotation. Move it. Oops. Move M, and then put that one here. And then move that one. So it goes to here. Okay. So now we've got it all laid out. We can get, well, before we get rid of any construction lines, we're going to use some of them for dimensioning purposes. So let's switch over to the dimension layer. And the way dimensions work is you have 3 layers of dimensions. The outermost are the biggest dimensions. So hit this dimension tool. So what I mean by outermost is that's from the outside edge of the stud to the outside edge of the stud. That's the outermost dimension, the biggest dimension. Okay, so that's the overall wall length. And then the next layer, the middle layer, is from any wall, exterior wall. It's all dimensioning walls, so, wall to wall. All right. And what I'm missing here is, give me a second. I just realized I gotta put in a line connecting this because I need to do it from the outside. For any exterior wall, it's the outside edge. For any interior wall, it's the center of the stud. All right, so let's go back to dimension line or dimension layer, and dimension from here to the center of that wall, and then again from the center of this wall to the outside edge here. And make sure it goes. All right. And then the innermost layer is from walls to rough openings, center of rough openings. So the center of this window, and place that here. I'll tighten this all up a little bit later. All right. And then center of this window to the center of the wall. And then center of the wall to the center of the window. Make sure it doesn't. There we go. And then gotta be careful with your snaps here. Exactly how they. All right, there we go. We can tighten this all up a bit. So let me grab these and lower them down a little bit. And then these two, I'll lower those down a bit. And this last one, lower that down a bit. So it looks a little tighter and neater. Okay, so that's the 3 layers. And now I'm going to go around the other walls and do the same thing. Here, I don't have any interior wall going into it. So it's only going to be 2 layers of dimensions. So I'll do the inner layer first, so outside edge of the stud to the middle of the door. And then again, middle of the door to the outside edge of the stud. And then the overall, because there's no interior wall, so there's no middle layer, it's just inner and outer on this one. All right. And then here, well, this wall, there is no, this wall over here has no walls and no rough openings, so that one's just a single layer. And this one has, again, the 3 layers. So from here to here for the inner layer, and then again here to the center line. I need to do a construction line there. There we go. Dimension layer, all right, dimension here to the center of the window. And then the center of the wall, again, to the center of this window. Let's grab that, pull that over. There we go. And then center of the window to the edge of, outside edge of the stud. Okay, there we go. And now outside edge of the stud, the exterior stud, to the center of this stud. All right, so about there. Same thing from the center here to the outside edge here. All right, and then the 3rd layer, outside edge to outside edge. All right, and there we have it. Now I can get rid of all my construction lines that I don't need. I believe, if in case you forget, oops, Control Z, I didn't mean to delete that one. Let's see. In case you forget to delete one, I have it set so the construction should not print, but it just kind of muddies up everything. One more thing to mention, the center. So from inside edge there to the center of this door. Again, I need a construction line to go across the door. So I can grab the center of it. Oh, there was the center mark. I just saw one. So maybe I don't. Go to dimension, into the stud to the midpoint there. There we go. All right. Now I got to trim away all this wall stuff that's in the middle of these rough openings. So hit the trim command. So trim away all this stuff, just the red stuff, not the kind of pinkish for the window. So this. The red is just all the door and window, or all the walls that, yeah, there we go. Because the walls, remember, they actually are, either cut or, not, they're not built where doors and windows are, so it wouldn't make sense to have them there. All right. Okay. So there's our floor plan. That's all in model space. If you go to the paper space here, you see it's not quite centered. So I can double click inside of it. Be careful how you do this. If you get too zoomed in and you double click, you're gonna get lost. So be zoomed out so you can see the gray space. Then double click inside of the green viewport, and then click and hold down on the wheel and just pan around until it's centered. All right. In case you accidentally zoom in and out, what you do is you double click in gray space, and then you click on the green viewport once, you right click and you say scale. Or the better way to do it is right click and say, click on it, right click and say properties. This will bring up a menu like this where you can see the scale a lot better. And you change the scale by clicking where it says custom scale. Nope, you use standard scale, and you can play around with it. I think the best scale is about a 1/2 inch equals a foot. And then again, double click in here and move it. Oops, I just messed it up. So let's try that one more time. Where did I click on this? Change the scale to a 1/2 inch equals a foot. And then a way to prevent the issue I just had is if you click on this scale, there's a way to display lock, change it from no to yes. And that way you can't double click into it and move it around. All right. All right. And then also make sure that this is updated. Put your name, put the current date, change the scale if you changed it. All right. Now on to the elevations. So go back to model space here. And to get the elevations, what you need to do is you need to copy. This isn't typically the way you would do it, but just the way I have it set up, copy and paste this over. All right. We don't need any of the dimensions, so let's just delete those out for now. All right. And now it's all about construction lines. All right. So L for line, and I'm going to go from here, out that edge, I'm going to go up. I'm just going to offset everything 10 feet. And then I can click on this, copy, paste. And then line here, excuse me, 10 feet. Escape line, 10 feet. I just hit enter to recall the line command, 10 feet. See, when my mouse wasn't set up to go 90, it went in awkward angle. 10 feet. Line. 10 feet. Line. 10 feet. Line. 10 feet. Okay. Some other things I want to grab are, let's see, the outside, the edge of the windows. So it's going to be this edge of this window. It's going to go up a long way here. And do the same thing here. And then same thing with this door. I think I remember if there's anything else. No, that's pretty much it. All right. So this is going to be the side view from this house. All right. So go back to the wall layer. And the wall, the reason we did these lines here, goes from here to here, but then it goes up 8 feet. So you see it's 16 feet 2 inches. That's again because of the added thickness of the plywood and the sheathing and everything. And then I hit tab, and I'm going to say 8 feet. All right, that's the edge of the house. And then same thing on the other side, from here to here, and then up 8 feet. Oops, that did not come out the way I wanted it to. Let's try that again. Here, I don't click, I just get that and then use the snap, and then 8 feet. All right, I'm only going to do these two, and you'll see I'll do a mirror command to draw this one. All right, now I can draw in the roof. I think I have a roof layer. Yeah, roof. Oops, okay, well, actually, I want construction first. So the slope of the roof is a 512 slope. So I want to do a polyline. I'm going to go 12 up. Remember everything's sideways now. So 12 up and then 5. All right, that's 12 and 5 inches, but still it works. All right, so now switch to the roof layer. Where's my roof layer? R for roof. Okay, and now I'm going to draw a line here from here to here. That is the slope I want. Well, what I can do here is I can just extend that. As long as you see the green line, green dotted line, that just extends that slope. All right. The other thing, it needs to be a foot off. So again, go back to construction. Where's my construction? And then again, a polyline, 12 this way, and then just down a ways, and then hit extend, and it automatically extends it for me. Okay. The cool thing here is I can highlight this, and I can use the mirror tool. And if I find the center mark, which is the triangle, I can mirror it there. And there's, oops, try that again. Mirror this object, enter on this line, click and say erase source, no. All right, and then trim. I want to trim this. I don't need to trim anymore. That's the bottom edge of my my roof, and then the roof itself is going to be, you probably use 2x10s. 2x10 is really 9¼ inches. So we do the offset command, offset by 9.25 inches, and I'm going to offset this up to here, this up to here, and then again go back to the roof layer, and then start a line, go up, line, go up to here, and let's trim away this, and now switch to extend. Extend that, and then trim that. All right. Now I can trim also this because the wall actually does go all the way up. I can see that I don't need this slope indicator anymore. I can trim away this last little bit here. All right, getting pretty close. Again, I don't need this construction line anymore. Let's delete that. I can put in the door now. All right. And interestingly enough, you see that if this is the view looking this way, it's actually kind of like a mirror image of that. So whatever, here, the easiest way to do this is to rotate, right click, rotate, and then move from this corner, this bottom corner here, to here. And again, I'm going to highlight that, mirror that from here to here. And then, yes, I will delete the source object, which is that. So that's why that goes there. But again, if you position yourself here, looking here, the door's on your right. So that's why if you position yourself here, looking here, the door's on your right. Okay. So now I can get rid of this construction line. A couple more things we need to put in the floor. So switch to the floor layer. The floor is a 4-inch thick concrete floor. So go from here to here and then type in 4 inches. Now it's all about the hatching. So I'll switch to the siding layer. And I'm going to hatch this. Do that. The hatching for the siding is user. It's going to be 6 inches. And it needs to be turned on an angle of 90 degrees. All right, there we go. And then I'm going to do, let's see, the floor. We'll call it foundation. I'm going to hatch again, and there's a concrete. Let's see, where is it? AR concrete. Let's see, what does that look like? That looks pretty good. So the scale of 1 is good there. All right, so that's that side of the shed. We can stick with that. And now we're just going to mirror this whole thing. Okay. I'll mirror the construction lines too. So mirror along the center line. So make sure it's the outer. Careful, I'm not doing that correctly. Let's put in a construction line that goes from the outside edge of that stud just to the outside edge of this stud. Okay, and so now mirror there. All right, erase the source. No, delete this door because this backside has no door. We are going to have to redo the hatch, but that's not a big deal. Switch back to the siding layer. There's siding right here. And hatch. Scroll all to the bottom. Remember, it was user 6 inches, 90 degrees. And that's it. Okay. So there we have that. All right, so let's work on the other sides here. So we're going to need some information from this. First off, we can get rid of these construction lines. Don't need them anymore. But we are going to need some information. So go back to the construction here. I'm going to draw a line from here to here, and then a line from here down to there. So that tells me how high this is going to be, but I also need a line from here to here and down. The reason I needed this one is that's the actual height that is visible if you look from the side, because this overhang hides this portion. All right, so this 8-foot height is not actually correct here. So copy paste, let's highlight rotate. And let's move. And move that actually to the center here, because then I'm going to move this down to there. All right. So now that is the same height that's actually visible. And then the line actually here needs to be here. And then realizing I need to extend this down to here and extend this all the way up to this point. So that's the, so again, looking from the side, that's the height of the roof that is visible. So I'm going to copy and paste that, rotate 90 degrees, and then move that to here. Okay. So almost there. Let's see, some more things I need. I need to make the roof here. So I'll do a polyline from here to here, extend it 1 more foot off, 1 foot, then go up to here, over to here, go 1 more foot. Oops, Control Z to undo that. 1 more foot in this direction, 1 foot, and go down to here, and then let's just close it all the way off. All right. And again, when you're looking from the side, you see the fascia board, which is the thickness. Again, this is not a fully detailed thing. The fascia board, we'll assume it's just going to be a 1 by 10. Normally, it would actually be a little bit larger. It might be a 1 by 12, but we're just going to make it work for now. So a line, go up 9.25 inches, and then cut across. Delete this little piece here. That's my fascia board. This is the shingles I'll see. And then the only other thing I'll need, again, a construction line, go up 2 feet here, and then cut across. And that's where the bottom of my windows are going to be. All right, so I can put in my windows. So go over here, grab the, so this is the elevation view of the windows, 36-inch double hung with trim. So copy and paste that, put one here, and put the other one right here. All right, and then I need my floor. So let's say, go to the floor layer. There it is, box command. From here, over here to snap, go down and type in 4 inches. Oh, that didn't work. Try again. Oh yeah, because you have to hit tab because the initial one is the thickness, the width, which I'm using the snap for 16 foot 2, and then hit tab, then type in 4 inches, enter. And it went the wrong way. And it didn't go the right thing at all. Let's just delete that and try that all over again. Also, this didn't line up correct. Why did that not? All right. And then 1 foot there and up. And that just didn't. Hopefully yours is a little more accurate than mine. Mine's having issues. All right, there we go. Delete that. Delete that. Okay, sorry about that. All right, so let's see. I need to do my floor. Let's try this one more time. So from here, click here, go to there, start going down and type in 4 inches. Oops. Go down, tab, and hit 4 inches. There we go. Now it worked. Not sure why that was having issues. Again, I'm not sure why this is having issues. Let's bring that over. All right. So now I can switch to siding. Get rid of my construction lines. And hatch user. This time I do not want it rotated 90, I just want it straight. And there we go. And then finish that, and then switch to concrete, which is all the way up here. Wait, something didn't happen. Why did my hatch, my siding? So go down to user, 6 inches there. All right. And then hatch, oops, I wanted to go to foundation. Hatch, go to concrete. And let's try it again. All right, and there we have it. All right, so, the shingles now. So go to the shingles layer and hatch. And I personally like to use the shaker. That's a little bit big, so let's use 0.75. That's still big. Let's use 0.5. That's better. All right. And again, now we can do a mirror command. Highlight that mirror. Mirror. And there we have it. Nope, don't delete it. They are exact copies. The sides are exact copies of each other. On All right, so we're almost done. Let's check the elevation views. They're pretty close to where they want to be. They're a little off, so I can double click into it and just kind of move them. You see the construction layer does show up here, but if I hit print, let's see, and I do a preview, oh, it still does show up. I thought, okay, what you have to do to make it not show up is if you go to layer properties, you go to construction, see the print icon, you turn that off. All right, and that way, if you did a print preview, you see the construction layer is no longer there. Okay. So that looks good. We do need a few dimensions here. So I'm going to dimension this view here where I'll dimension the height. I'll just say 8 feet. That's going to be the 4 inches. I'm going to drag that. Do a better job there. Dimension from the top down. Yeah. All right. That's what I guess it will be. All right. The dimensions here, you know, you can get that for the height and width, and then the center mark of these rough openings are on the floor plan already. Don't need those. Let's see, what are their relevant stuff? Oh, we need the pitch of the roof. So, oh, these should be on the dimension layer. I forgot. Dimensions. Okay. And then do a line here. Oh, and that's still another dimensions layer. I need to activate my dimensions layer. So click here, go to dimensions, click on dimension. And then for text, I'll type in 12. And we'll click, right click, rotate 90 degrees. And then 5 with the 512 slope. All right, let's see, what else do I need? Oh, I need my views labeled. So put in text. So this is, we'll just go based on up is north. So this is my north elevation view. If you want to make that a little bit bigger, you could change it from text 0.5. You could do just, let's see, that's dimensions 0.5, just dimensions. And so let's try this again. North elevation view. Make that a little bit bigger. That way that'll show up a little bit better. That around there. Then copy, paste. That about there. Call this the south elevation view. Do a rotate. Paste. This will be the east elevation view. Put that about there. Rotate there. And then paste that here. Call that the west elevation view. Get another rotate. All right, and now if we go here, all of the views are already pre-scaled, rotated for us. And if you check the what's it called? The scale of these. You can click scale, or you can just click properties. Properties is better for me. 1/8 of an, or sorry, the quarter inch equals a foot. If you zoom in and around, you're going to change it. Quarter inch equals a foot. Update your name. Update the date, and that should be good. Go ahead, print that, and turn it in to your teacher. Should be good to go. If you have any questions, please let me know.